सचिन, जो भी है मेरे को व्हाट्सएप में मैसेज देने के लिए बोलो।
Yeah, we are live, sir.
सचिन, जो भी है मेरे को मैसेज देने के लिए बोलो। Good evening, everyone. So we'll start the session maybe in the next couple of minutes. We are just waiting for some more people to join. So once more people join, then we'll start the session. In the meantime, if you have any doubts or any questions, okay, you can put it in the text form in the chat box. Well, before we start the session, can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you put a thumbs up? Or in the YouTube channel, there's a thumbs up symbol. You can just click on it. I'm getting only few responses. Can you just put at least a thumbs up symbol saying that you can hear me and see me? I'm also seeing the chats in the YouTube. Fine. So I said we'll wait for a couple of minutes. So let's start the session. So what we'll do, friends, today is we'll spend some time, maybe for next 1 hour or 1.5 hours, okay, in understanding what's all about Gate. Maybe 5-10 minutes. It's just to complete the presentation. We'll take those couple of slides. Okay. Then what we will do is we'll spend more time, okay, on what are the strategies that we need to adopt while writing the exam. Fine. So this is what we are going to focus in today's session. Fine. As you are aware that the Gate, the number of questions in the examination will be about 65 questions. Okay. These 65 questions are of two or three categories. One is multiple choice question, which is called as MCQ. Next, multiple select questions, that is MSQ, and numerical questions, which is called as NAT. Now, these questions are in three areas. What are those three areas? That we'll be seeing in the next slide. But just to understand at this moment, the three areas are of general aptitude, then you have engineering mathematics, and then you have your area, that is a core area. When I'm saying your area, because general aptitude and engineering mathematics is common for all the departments. Correct? Fine. And for these 65 questions, total you will be having 100 marks. These 100 marks are of, some questions are of 1 mark and some questions are of 2 marks. And if I say the good part is, there is, to think positive, there's no negative marking for MSQ, multiple select questions, and NAT questions. Negative marks are there only for the MCQs questions. How the MCQ, what is the negative mark, that we'll see in the next slide. And then you can see the questions any order. From first question you can jump to 10th question, from 10th question you can come to second question, from second question you can go to 65th question. Like this you can move back and forth. And more important is, there's an online calculator, on-screen calculator. Now this on-screen calculator, is it a boon? Okay, that's very important point that you need to think about it. Generally we'll feel that, okay, when you have a calculator, we feel happy. But please understand, because of this calculator, even if you want to do a simple calculations like 8 into 5, even though I know the answer as 40, but still I want to confirm my answer, so I'll press the calculator. I'll use the calculator. Correct? This happens when you're studying. Yes, the same thing we got used to. The same thing we got used to, okay, in the engineering subjects when you're doing calculations. At the same time, okay, we are extending that to the gate examination also. If you ask me, I would say that until and unless you need to use a calculator, then only use the calculator. If you can avoid the calculator, especially for simple calculations, please avoid it. Okay, so that's the reason I'm asking, is the on-screen calculator, is it a boon? Yes, it is a boon if you use it in the right way. Otherwise, it's going to take away your time. Okay, when I'm saying take away time, it's like this. For example, if you want to multiply, let us say 12 into 24. So how many digits you need to mark? How many digits you need to press? In 12, 1, 2. 2 times you have to press. Again in 20, multiplication 1 time. 2 and 4, 2 times. Totally you have pressed already 5 times. And to get an answer, there you have to press equal to. So you're going to press 6 times to get an answer. Pressing 6 times itself, sometimes it takes away your time. And especially while writing the examination, okay, it increases the stress. So friends, one straight away advises, on-screen calculator, if you really need it, use it. If you can avoid it, that's the best thing. Fine? Now, again, continuing the gate pattern, we know for sure the number of questions in aptitude are 10. That means question number 1 to 10, the first 10 questions are on aptitude. Okay, the first 5 questions will be of 1 mark, the next 5 questions will be of 2 marks. Clear? Now, in this 10 questions, there are 5 questions of 2 markers, which I was saying just now. 1 to 5 questions are 1 markers, 6 to 10 are of 2 markers. Engineering, mathematics, and core subjects, total you will have about 85 marks. 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 Fine. Out of which 13 marks will be of engineering mathematics and the remaining marks will be of your core subject, that is about 72 marks. Now, coming to a negative mark and marking scheme, MCQ type of question has 1 mark or 2 markers. Since the MCQ, for every 1 mark, if you make it a wrong answer, you will be losing 0.33. Okay, that means question number 1, let us say, if it is a 1 mark question, and if you're getting it wrong, you're going to lose 0.33. Suppose if it is a 2 mark question, suppose it is a question number 2, let us say it's a 2 mark question. If you got it wrong, you're going to lose it as minus 0.66. We may be thinking it is only minus 0.33 I'm losing. But please understand, suppose you got it right, but you made a mistake in choosing the answer that we'll discuss in detail during the second part of the today's session, you will be losing a totally of 1.33 marks. Where you're supposed to get 1 mark, okay, but now you're losing minus 1.33. Okay, and I was saying the NAT and MSQ questions where it is 1 mark or 2 mark, there is no negative marks. Whether you attempt the question or whether you leave the question, there is no negative mark, even if you are marking a wrong answer. Okay. Now again, continuing the gate pattern. Now the gate authorities clearly say, okay, they are going to test you in 4 areas, 4 types of questions. And what are those 4 types of questions? First one is called as recall. What do you mean by recall? Okay, the fact-based questions, the questions where you have to use a formula or where you need to apply the laws of discipline. Okay, for those questions, they're calling it as a recall questions. So some questions will be based on recall. That means it is very important for you to learn the basics. Okay, mug up the formula. Okay, is for mugging up good? Yes, you have to mug up the formula. If you don't mug up the formula, you can't apply the formula, right? So you need to mug up the formula. To mug up the formula, what I would say is, chapter-wise, every chapter, whatever the formulas are there in that particular chapter, okay, please make a note of it. I'll just repeat, chapter by chapter, make a list of formulas, okay, make a book of it, okay, every day before you sleep, just turn the pages, read the formulas once and then sleep. So from today onwards, every day when you're going to sleep, okay, you need to recollect the formulas. Then the next type of questions are called as comprehension questions. What do you mean by comprehension questions? It's nothing but understanding the basic concepts. Okay, in the recalling, you are going to recall the facts and principles. Similarly, you need to understand the concepts from there. And then you need to draw some conclusions, okay, from these concepts. That is what they're calling as comprehension. To make it a simple thing, in your school days, you might have seen something called a reading comprehension. What do you mean by reading comprehension? You read the passage and then you answer the questions, right? Similarly, in gate examination, okay, when you're talking about comprehension, you have a passage in a sense, whatever concepts you have learned, you need to understand the concept and apply the concept. That is one conclusion that you can draw from the concepts. Next one is application of the concept. Okay, so once you have learned the concept, you need to apply. Okay, this applying can be of 2 things, either applying through computation or applying through logical reasoning. And last one, analyzing and synthesis. That is nothing but you will have information in 2 or 3 formats. Maybe 2 or 3 graphs, maybe a table and a graph. Okay, the graph may be a bar graph or a line graph. You need to compare to this kind of information, okay, and then get an answer. So gate authorities are saying that you will have questions based on these 4 areas. Just to recollect these 4 areas, what are the 4 areas? Okay, one is recall, second is comprehension, next is application, and the last one is analysis and synthesis. And look at the gate pattern for the last 5-6 years. Okay, what we can say is out of the 100 marks, okay, 30 marks will be on easy. 30 marks are easy. This is very, very important for us. Okay, why it is important? That we'll be seeing in the next couple of minutes. Then you have medium level of questions will be approximately 50 marks. Friends, this is very important. Please understand that if you're concentrating on easy and medium alone, okay, you'll be getting nearly 80 marks in the exam. You'll be getting 80 marks in the exam. That is 80%. What will happen if you get 80%? Okay. Now, I'm sure that you'd have never imagined that you can get 80 marks in the exam. But please understand, there is a huge scope for you, okay, to attempt this 80 marks. If I'm saying to attempt the 80 marks, and if you can get all of them right, nothing like that. But we are human beings, right? As a human beings, we'll make some mistakes. Out of these 80 marks you are attempting, okay, let us assume you get 8 mistakes. Your score will be 72. Am I right? No, because if you are getting 8 marks wrong and 8 marks do not carry any negative marks, then you'll get 82. If you're carrying some negative marks, okay, you have to remove some minus marks here. 8 marks meaning negative means you will lose something like 1/3. Nearly, to make the calculation simple, let us say 3 marks you're losing. Still, you'll be in a position to get about nearly 69 marks. This is what you have to aim for. How to get these 60 plus marks in the examination, and why are we aiming for the 60 marks? That we'll be seeing in this slide. Now, what will happen is, I'm sure there are so many students from different backgrounds, meaning some of them may be from computer science, some of may be from ECE, some of may be from civil and mechanical or EEE. Okay, but whatever it is, if you can aim something like 70 marks, you have a chance of getting an admission in a PSU, getting a job in a PSU. Okay. If you look at the past history for last 5 years, people, meaning students who have scored about nearly 70 marks, they're almost sure of getting a job in a public sector unit. But some of you might be thinking, no, sir, I'm not interested in a job. I want to go for my higher studies. That is your choice. But once you get 70 marks, you can make a choice whether you want to go for job in a PSU or can go for a higher studies. Again, when you're looking for higher studies, okay, I would strongly recommend, okay, try to get into better universities. Okay, there is nothing but ISC Bangalore and older IITs like Madras, Kharagpur, Bombay, Delhi kind of things. Okay, to get there, again, you have to get something like 60 marks. And you have to aim for attempting how many questions? 80 questions. 80 questions with 90% accuracy, I'm sure you can get into it. With 80% accuracy, what will happen? Let us go back to a previous slide. Suppose if you have 80% accuracy, let us say, if you have 80% accuracy, you'll get 64 marks. 16 marks mistake. assuming all are having the carrying negative marks, you'll be losing another at least 5 marks here. You'll be ending up with how much here? 59 marks. So if you're getting 69 marks, 59 marks, where will you be there? Again, depending on the background, depending on the discipline, you will be on the, what I would say that wall on the cat. Meaning you're sitting on the wall, okay, you may jump this side or you may be jumping the other side, because if you look at 60 plus marks and 65 marks is what you're going to get into a older IITs and ISC bank. So why you want to be in that situation? So try to attempt something like 85 percentage. How to attempt that 85 percentage of the marks is what we are going to see. Okay, please friends understand, qualifying in the gate is simple. Don't even think that you are going to write the examination to qualify. Please understand that you're going to write the examination to crack the exam, to ace the exam. That means you should get at least 50 marks in the exam. Why I'm talking about at least 50 marks? Because by getting into 50 marks, you can get into your IITs. That is what you should be aiming for, friends. And getting 50 marks in an examination like GATE, I'm sure it's not at all a difficult thing. It's going to be difficult provided you don't apply your strategies rightly. That is what we are going to see now. Okay. Now, I'll take it by a small 30 seconds break. I'm going to see the chats now. If you have any doubts or any questions, please type in the chat. Okay. If you don't have any doubts, as usual, put a thumbs up so that I can proceed now. 30 seconds time now, please, friends. Any questions? Yes, friends. Any question, any doubts? Good. Right till now, I'm seeing some chats. There's no doubts here. So I'm assuming that you're following whatever we are discussing. I'm proceeding now. But anytime, whenever you have any doubts, okay, please put a question in the chat. I'm reading it online, and any doubts are there, any questions are there, I'll be addressing them immediately. Fine? Okay, let's proceed. Now, here what we will do is, we will look at the strategy what we have to follow. Okay, that 180 minutes is what we are going to see. So first thing is what we have to see is we need to scan the paper. Now, what do you mean by scanning the paper? Okay. There's one question which came, which will answer it. Again, I'll use some 30 seconds time in between. After maybe next 15-20 minutes, then I'll address the answers, so questions, whatever you are typing in. Okay. Now, first thing is scan. What do you mean by scanning? As I told you in the beginning, the paper you can move up and down, right? You can go back and forth, right? Now, before you start the examination, normally what I observe is the moment you get the paper, people start looking at solving the paper. First question. And there are so many people, so many students have been taking these kind of sessions for the last so many years. So many students have one so-called as maybe a custom, or maybe you can say that if I attempt the first question, I am lucky. If I get the first question right, I am lucky. The superstitious will be there. Please understand, nothing like that. Please come out of that. First question you need to attempt, you have to answer. There's no rule of that. And the moment the first minute starts, people start attempting the question immediately. Please don't get it. Please don't do it. Please go through the questions for 5 minutes. I wrote 5 minutes here. If required, then you can do it for 10 minutes also. No issues. You have plenty of time in the examination. So the first 5 to 10 minutes, okay, you need to scan the paper. Why you have to scan the paper, that we'll discuss later on. Okay. The next coming slides are there for that reason only. Next, you need to have when you're scanning the paper, you need to have a feel of the exam. The feel of the examination in the sense, how is the paper? Okay. Are the questions coming from the area which I'm strong in? Are the questions coming from the area which I'm weak in? Are they more pictograph kind of questions? Okay, you get that kind of feel there. Okay, but please understand, when you're scanning and feeling the paper, you should not get carried away. What do you mean by carried away? In the sense, when you're scanning the paper, if you feel the paper is difficult, please understand, along with you, there are 1 lakh people who are writing the exam. If you're finding the paper to be difficult, for the remaining 99,999 people also the paper is difficult. If you find the paper to be easy, okay, but now the beauty is, if you find the paper to be easy, it necessarily not to be that, it is not necessarily that for everyone the paper is easy. Because my assumption is you're putting in hard work. When you're putting in hard work, okay, for you if the paper is easy, doesn't mean that for everyone it is easy. But for you if the paper is difficult, it might be difficult for most of the students. Okay. Now, after scanning, once you start solving the examination, you need to pick through. What do you mean by pick through? How many easy questions are there? Just now we were discussing. 30% of the paper is going to be easy. So you need to attempt the easy questions first. Okay. And then you have to redo it again and again. That in the paper you have to read 2 or 3 times. So when you're doing it again and again, in the first slot, you have picked up all the easy questions. Second time when you're picking up, again in the second attempt when you're doing, there will be again easy and difficult question, attempt the easy questions. Like this, when you keep on doing this iteration again and again, you can solve all the easy questions in the exam. Easy questions and doable question. Doable question calling as a moderate questions. This is what we were talking. Scan and feel the paper. By scanning and the feeling the paper, what I was telling you earlier is you can identify the type of areas and the difficulty of the paper. It also helps you getting a mental note of the easy questions. Normally what will happen is the first question may be difficult. So the moment you look at it difficult, psychologically we feel that examination is difficult. But please understand, this competitive examination also is a psychological examination. How are you going to adjust yourself to the stress in the examination? The 3 hour, the stressful period. How are you going to adjust yourself? Are you going to be stress-free or are you going to take stress? Okay, so what I'm saying here, friends, is easy questions need not necessarily be at the beginning, need not necessarily be at the middle, it may be at the end also. Fine. And if you can make a mental note or if you can mark the question which you have attempted, please make it. Okay. And when we from that time I'm saying easy questions. What do you mean by easy questions? What do you mean by easy questions, friends? And what you are saying that these are difficult questions or what are doable questions? That in detail we'll discuss in some time. Fine. It also helps you by scanning and filling the paper. It also helps you in identifying the areas of questions you need to keep away from or jump right into. Meaning, since all branches are here, I'll take an example. Let's say probability is a question in your general aptitude, right? Probability, if you're not strong in or if you're not practiced enough in probability, then what will happen? Right, this question I'll keep away from. I'm not going to attempt this question. Right? That's what I'm saying. Keep away from the questions which you don't want to attempt. That gives us some general idea. And when I'm saying the pick through meaning, please understand, as I told you in the beginning, you have three areas: general aptitude, engineering maths, and your core area. These are three areas, right? Please understand, in all of them, in every area, you have easy questions, doable questions, and difficult questions. I'll just repeat, in all the three areas, whether it is aptitude or engineering math or core areas, you have easy questions, doable questions, and difficult questions. Okay, so you need to identify the questions which are easy and then attempt those questions. I have always attempted the easy questions. And this is a real challenge, friends. The real challenge is you need to really look very hard. Suppose if the examiner gives for every question, let us say you have questions like this type. Question number 1, question number 2, question number 3, 4. For every question, if he says this is a easy question, this is a difficult question, this is a medium question, this is a easy question, our life will be easy, right? But is it happening? No, it's not happening. Examiner is not defining easy and difficult for you. You need to identify which are easy and difficult questions. It's not happening in the exam. You need to identify. To identify, that's a challenge. You know what is the more challenging thing? The more challenging thing is leaving the questions. Identify easy is one challenge. Leaving the question saying, I don't know how to solve, okay, is going to be even more difficult for you. Because when you read the question, you get a feeling saying that I can do it. Every question in a gate examination, since you are putting in so much of effort for last so many months, every question in the gate examination, trust me when I'm saying this, you get a feel that you can solve it. But in reality, are you able to solve it? No, right? Okay. So please, friends, understand, it's the more biggest challenge in examination is to identify the questions which you are going to leave. Okay. So whenever you're solving the questions, or the easy question is what I'm repeatedly saying, please identify the easy question and keep on solving it. So for example, let me put the strategy here. I'll write the strategy here. Suppose I'm taking example of aptitude. One question number 1 to 5. And then you have 6 to 10. These are 1 marks. These are 2 marks. Correct? Total you have 15 marks here. Now what I'm saying is, let us say for aptitude, you give something like 30 minutes. I'm saying on higher side. On the higher side, you can give 30 minutes for the aptitude. So when you're giving this 30 minutes for aptitude, so friends, we're making this, just a second. रोटी बनाना था, कुकर नहीं लगाना था, आवाज आता. Yeah, sorry for that, friends. Now, so when you're giving this 30 minutes for his aptitude, in this 30 minutes, read all the questions once. When you're reading all the 10 questions, I'm sure with effort what you have put in, okay, in the first attempt, you may be solving only 3 questions. That's okay, don't worry. Okay, so when you're solving, reading these 10 questions, maybe you will give some 7-8 minutes. In the 7-8 minutes, you will identify those 3 questions which are easy. I mean, within 1 minute or 1.5 minutes, you'll get an answer. Then at that time only you can see the doable questions. First, after doing the 3 questions, now out of 10 questions, you have solved 3 questions. How many questions are left now? 7 questions are left, right? For these 7 questions, and you are given 10 minutes time, 7 minutes time, let us say. And then you have another 23 minutes. In these 23 minutes, there are some questions which will take more than a minute, maybe 2 minutes time or 2.5 minutes time. Solve those questions. Okay. Then you can attempt something like 4 questions of that type. Okay. So 4 questions in 2 minutes will be some 8 minutes. 8 minutes plus 7 minutes, 15 minutes over. So you have another 15 minutes time. Okay. In those 15 minutes time, solve the remaining 3 questions. 15 minutes is on higher side. Okay, at least I'm sure you'll have 10 minutes time here. In this 10 minutes time, solve these 3 questions. Each question is about 3 minutes and 20 seconds. This is what I'm saying. Why you have to follow this strategy? You need to follow this strategy because what will happen is, without your knowledge, if the second question is time consuming, I'm not saying difficult. If it is time consuming, we may end up spending more amount of time. And then what will happen? The pressure builds up unnecessarily. So to reduce the pressure, please go on, keep on doing the iteration. I just gave an example of aptitude from question number 11 to 65. Question number 11 to 65. You will have your engineering maths and core areas. You have about nearly 2 hours. No, not 2 hours, 30 minutes. 30 minutes you are spending for aptitude on the higher side, and 10 minutes you are taking for scanning. So 40 minutes over, you have 2 hours, 20 minutes. Okay. If you feel that aptitude is more time, please reduce it to 20 minutes, no issues. I am giving 30 minutes on higher side. If you want to spend only 20 minutes, please spend 20 minutes. Okay, if you are spending 20 minutes for aptitude, 10 minutes for scanning, then you have 55 questions and nearly 150 minutes. 180 minutes, 30 minutes over, 150 minutes. So each question average you have nearly 3 minutes time. Fine, but please do this iteration process regularly. Okay, now here when you're saying that easy question, what do you mean by easy question, which I said I'll discuss in detail? Okay, when you're saying easy questions, by definition, the question which you can read faster, understand faster, and solve in less time. Clear? Reading faster, understanding faster, solving faster. Okay, this is how you're defining the easy questions. So easy question definition keeps on varying. First iteration, easy questions definition is this. Second set of iteration is easy, maybe taking a little bit more time to read, but easy to comprehend and easy to solve. Okay, so the easy definition keeps on changing. So please be clear in what you're saying. Be clear in what you're thinking. Fine. By doing this approach, your accuracy will be better. You'll have the higher attempts. And this is a perfect recipe for scoring the maximum marks. Is this clear? Now, again, to prioritize this, I told you, first priority, okay, there's no point number 1 and 2. First priority can be your general aptitude. Second priority, among the first priority, second priority will be for engineering maths. These two alone, if you can ace it, that means you'll have totally about nearly 28 marks. Out of 28 marks, if you're able to get 25 marks, what will happen? Let's go back to the first slides, initial slides. What will happen if you're getting 25 marks? Okay, you're about to clear the cutoffs and you can get an admission in a private college. This is what will happen. Okay, you are getting 25 marks. Okay, you have a decent chance to get into a private college. But is that what you're aiming for? As I said, no. You should aim to get at least 50, 60 marks in the exam to get into a IIT. Now, how to get that one is what we are going to see. Okay. Now, the second priority, where you will have questions on the core subjects. When you having the question on the core subject, how many marks are there now here? 28 marks are over. So remaining how many marks are there? 72 marks. Friends, with engineering you have studied for 4 years. I know I am also engineering students. I know what we have studied, when we have studied. But with whatever knowledge you have, okay, can't you get at least 33 percentage here? 33 by 1 by 3 percentage? That's 1/3. Can't you get so many marks? If you get 1/3 of the marks, you'll get 24 marks. Correct? So how many marks you are getting here? 25 plus 24, 49 marks. If you get 40 percentage of this, if you get 40 percentage, you'll get another, how many marks more? 4 into 7 is 20, 8 plus 1, 29. Okay, if you get 29 marks here or 30 marks, you get 55 marks, correct? If you get 50 percentage, that is 36 marks, you'll get how much here? 61 marks. Possibility is there or not? Yes. Now, just to build your confidence, ask a question for yourself. How much percentage or how much CGPA or GPA or percentage you got in engineering subjects? Just think about it. Sure, you might have got 80 percentage or 8-pointer or 9-pointer, or worst thing is 7-pointer, 70 percentage. I'm not asking you to get 70 percentage here. I'm saying even if you can manage to get 50 percentage, you're getting 60 plus marks. Okay, fine. If you're able to get 70 percentage here, nothing like that. You'll be a topper. Correct? So let's be realistic. Let's aim for 50 percentage or 60 percentage of the marks. No, some people might be keep on asking me, sir, I've not done aptitude till now. What shall I do? You are saying aptitude and engineering maths are the scoring areas. But till now, I focus only on the engineering subjects. Never mind, you have 1 month time. You have 30 days time. What more is required? Okay. Till now, you have practiced core subjects. That's a very good strategy. In the last 1 month, okay, let's practice a little bit on aptitude as well as engineering mathematics. How to practice that we'll be seeing now. Okay. Now, this 180 minutes is going to be very, very crucial time for you, because there will be lot of speed bumps for you. What do you mean by speed bumps? Okay. What I told you earlier, the paper is easy or difficult, don't worry. 1 lakh people are sitting with you on the same boat. So what will happen? The cutoffs will be lower. Okay. But here, one important point I want to say. Normally, what will happen is in examination, that stress, what will happen if you're having any stress, we have a habit of keep looking at left and right. What is other student doing? What is this student doing? Like this, we keep doing, right? So you have seen that in 10 minutes of, or maybe in the first 10 minutes of time, that guy has marked all the questions. At least the aptitude part I'm saying. All 10 questions done in 10 minutes of time. Then you say, yo, what will happen? No, the guy has done it. I have not even attended 2 questions or 3 questions. One Arvind sir from time, he said to attempt only 3 questions in the first 10 minutes. But this guy who's sitting beside me has attempted all the 10 questions. What's going to happen? Okay? No. Answer yourself one question. Do you know that guy? Point number one. Do you know that he is prepared for gate? Point number two. Do you know that he has solved the paper? Point number three. I've seen people in examination, they do like this. Choice one, choice two, choice three, choice four. Okay? Again, choice five, question five, meaning choice means question there. Okay? Next question, next question. How many over? 7 questions over. 3 more questions. Okay, let me mark lines again. 1, 2, 3. So he's marking zigzag way. To mark this, it's like 2 minutes time. And you are seeing him and you are getting 10 saying, Array, he has done it, I have not done it. So first thing is, don't look to the neighbor's screen. Okay? It's a very, very bad idea to look at the neighbor's screen. Okay? And next, there are some people who come to examination, keep their head down and then sleeping. So don't get disturbed by your neighbor. Already neighbors are disturbing us in our daily life, right? Okay, let us in the examination, let the neighbors don't disturb us. Don't get panic. Point number one. Second thing, as I told you earlier, don't have any superstitious saying the first question I need to get it right. Recently, meaning last year, I know one student, okay, who worked very hard, really studied very hard. So what happened? That guy went to examination with a superstitious mind, saying the first question I have to get it right. And the first question has spent nearly 10 minutes time. Okay, so please don't waste time in the examination. Fine. Next one. So always be as free from stress as possible and believe in yourself that you work so hard for the exam. You have been working, some of them I know you personally, some of them has been working for last 8 months, some of them may have been working for last 4 months, some of you might have started your preparation recently. Don't worry at all. The effort what you have put, that is sufficient. And even if you're not perform well in the exam, I have a feeling saying that earth is not going to end. Fine. Whatever stress you want to feel, whatever pressure you want to feel, please do that in the MCATs. Once you start doing that in once you start doing that in MCATs, okay, I'm sure the D-Day, it will be the same experience. After writing 10 or 20 MCATs, the actual gate examination will be one of the other gate exam. Okay, next one. Avoid silly mistakes. I'll ask you one simple question. What is the value of 2 into 3? 5, right? I know today you say the answer as 6, but in the examination, I know that you said that you mark the answer as 5. That is the pressure which will happening. Okay, so please don't make any silly mistakes and read the question carefully. One silly mistake, what happens is, I'll tell you, question number 10. Let us assume question number 12. You reading the question, the moment you're reading the question, you feel happy. I got this question right. And it's a 2-mark question, even more happier. Okay, so what will happen that in that happy mood, you will not able to understand. And if you have any questions, please put in the chat. There are a couple of one question is here. Okay, this is something different question, but still I will read it out. I have missed the registration for this year. When can I attempt to register for get next year? Okay, fine. Yeah, is that clear? Any doubts, any questions? Can you please put a thumbs up symbol? I'm going to take another half an hour for you. Okay. There are no queries or no doubts. If you have anything, please put it in the chat box here. Okay, fine. So let's, since there were no questions till now, let's continue. Okay, now let us look at for the general strategies. And friends, as I told you, I'll take about next half an hour. I'm going to take about the strategies and various important points. Some of the important points I kept towards the end. Fine? Okay. Now, this is very important. Do not go to examination with a pre-decided number of attempts. Even though gate examination is mostly, we know the pattern, we know the difficulty level, but still, you should not go to examination saying that I need to attempt X number of questions, I need to get X number of marks. Then how should we go to the exam? When you're approaching examination, simple thing what you do is, after examination is over, you should get a feeling, I have done my best. Even if the examiner is going to give me 30 minutes more or 1 hour more, I can't do anything better. Okay, I have done my best. How to get this feeling? Easy to say. Okay, but going forward, I'll tell you how to get that feeling saying that I've done my best. Okay, right now, if you ask a question for yourself, you have written some of the mock gate exams, right? When writing a mock gate examination, I'm sure you would have got a feeling saying that I could have done better. Right? You should not get that kind of feeling in the exam, in actual examination. Okay, fine. And then how to get that feeling, that we'll be seeing in some time. Now focus on maximizing score. So when you have score maximization, okay, you can consider 2 markers because it will give you more marks. At the same time, 2 markers are double of 1 marker. But the time taken to solve 2 markers need not be double. It may be only 50% or 70% more. Okay. And at the same time, concentrate on your strong areas. Okay. At the end of the session, I'll give you my number also. I'm active in WhatsApp. If you have any doubts, regarding it, you can keep chatting with me. Okay. And then do not get stuck on any question. This is what I was telling earlier. Normally, in a gate examination, when you read in the questions, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to say, I can't solve this problem. I know how to solve this problem. Okay? But maybe it's taking more time, you're not able to get an answer. Accept it. And then move on. Never ever have an ego battle with the question. What do you mean by ego battle? I'll give you an example. 2 days back, you have solved one question. Similar question came in the end gate right now. Similar question came in gate or maybe in actual gate exam. So what will happen now? I have done this question as day before yesterday. Why am I not getting it now? Let me try out. Let me put more effort. And you keep on putting in time and time and time. In the end, you will may get an answer. You feel happy. See, I got an answer. In the process, you lost the time. Understanding or not? So never have any ego battle with the question. Got stuck? Thank you. And then move on to the next question. As I told you in the examination, it's very difficult to drop a question. So you need to practice dropping the question. You have to be very strong. I'm not saying clear. I'm saying you have to be very strong here, saying that I am going to leave this question and go on. Yes, I have spent 2 minutes time on this question. I'm not getting an answer. Never mind. Leave it and then move on. You should not think that I spent 2 minutes time. If I spend another 2 more minutes, will I get an answer? Sorry, you may get an answer, you may not get an answer. Got it? So, please have that courage to leave the question. Okay? And the golden rule of any competitive examination is never leave a question without reading it. Very, very, very important, friends. You should not come out of the examination hall and say that I have not read 2 questions. Bad. I have not read 5 questions. Pathetic. You should never do like that. Okay, just went to get some water. Next one. People keep asking me, can I do a guesswork? Answer is no. Mathematically, I can prove that by doing a guesswork, you will not achieve anything. The fact that the negative marks in the examination for wrong answers indicates that the examiner is not going to encourage people who do guessworks. Okay, what does it mean? Let us look at here. Question number 1, question number 2, question number 3, question number 4, question number 5. Let us say first question. Question, you have 4 choices, right? Choice A, choice B, choice C, choice D. What is the chance of getting it right by guessing work? By guessing, what is the chance of getting it right? 1/3 or 1/4. 1/3 is a negative mark. Chance of getting it right will be 1/4, right? First question getting it right by guessing is 1/4. Second question also getting it right, chance will be 1/4. Both questions getting it right by guesswork will be what? 1/4 into 1/4. That is nothing but 1/16, which is nothing but 1/2^4. Imagine if you want to get 10 questions right by guessing. This will be whole power 10. Tends to become 0. So friends, never do any guesswork. But at the same time, okay, you need to do something called intelligent guessing. Okay, what do you mean by intelligent guessing here? I have written in the last point here. Okay, you need to do intelligent guesswork. What do you mean by intelligent guesswork? Suppose you have 4 choices. Out of 4 choices, you are sure that 2 choices are not an answer. Choice A, B, C, D. Okay, choice A is not an answer, choice B is not an answer. So what can be the answer now? Answer can be either choice 3, C or D. Choice 3 or 4. So what will happen now? Earlier the chance was getting is 1/5. It was 1/4. Now the chance of getting it right will be 1/2. Right? So this is what intelligent guessing is. Eliminate 2 choices. Between the between the 2 choices, you can do a guesswork. Point number 1. Second point, you can see something given in a red font here. What is that? NAT and MSQ questions have no negative marks. When there are no negative marks, please feel free. Go and guesswork. But it should not happen that every question you are doing a guesswork. Only few questions you can do a yes. Fine. Next one, examination is for 3 hours, 118 minutes. Why am I highlighting this? You're all young generation people, 20 years, 21 years, 22 years. Okay, patience is important. It's a 3 hour examination. You need to build patience.
Manju says.
You need to build patience to sit for 3 hours. Okay. So, one is sitting for 3 hours. Next is you need to have concentration for these 3 hours. I mean, the first minute, what my energy levels are, what my concentration level is. At 180th minute, also, I should have the same patience, same energy levels and same concentration. Okay, you need to practice that, friends. How to do it, that we are going to see in the next slides. How to have that energy and concentration for the 3 hours. Okay, and as I told you earlier, you should not get disturbed. Okay, for not performing in one of the sections, meaning you have worked very hard in engineering mathematics. In engineering mathematics, you are not performed well, so don't worry. Don't carry that baggage to the next ones. Fine? Okay. And we are talking about strategy. Please understand, strategy will only work when you have the right basics and all the concepts learned. Strategy is no substitute for your hard work. When you're saying for no substitute for a hard work, what shall I do for all these days now? Okay. Now, one thing is aim gate is important. Now, before we look at aim gate, look at the gate timings. I said these are general timing what I gave for all of them. Okay. Why this timing is important? From now onwards, make this very, very clear for yourself. From now onwards, whenever you are going to take any aim gate exam, whenever you are going to take any mock gate exam, you need to take the examination in the same time slot as what you're having in the actual gate exam. For example, if you're having the examination 12:30, 9:30 to 12:30, the way you have to practice is sit in a room, open a computer, sit in a room at 9 o'clock, not 9:30. 9 o'clock, sit in the room, open the computer, look at the blank screen, 9 to 9:30. Half an hour or 20 minutes, look at the blank screen. You need to create an actual examination environment. That's what I'm saying. Sit at 9 o'clock, 9:10 switch on the computer, 20 minutes you're not going to do anything, just looking at the screen like this, or look at here and there. 9:30, 12:30, you're right, exam. If I'm having the examination afternoon slot, 9:30 is also difficult for you because you have a habit of sleeping late, getting up late, right? So you need to change that. From now onwards, if you got and start in a morning slot, sleep early, get up early. So you need to leave your home around 8 o'clock. That I'll discuss in some time. Okay. And then 2:30 to 5:30, there's a time where our energy levels will be always low, where we have a nice heavy lunch and then we'll feel sleepy. Okay. So you need to practice examinations at this slot. This is what we are talking about, something your body clock. Your body clock should be getting tuned to the actual gate examination. Okay? Fine. Now, don't miss your aim gate. I'm talking about aim gate here. Since it's a live YouTube session, some of you might be writing some mock gate examination also. So please practice this aim gates. Okay. Now, writing the end is simple. Everyone can write the examination. Now, after 1 hour before the examination, eat some sweets or chocolates, high sugar content. If you're taking high sugar content, you'll be more energized for next 3 hours. Don't eat your curd rice, more sleepy. Maybe you can take dates. Dates are very good source of energy. It has high energy source. Please take dates. Or take a dried fruit laddus. Okay, this will give energy for 3 hours. Don't eat too many. Eat sufficient. Okay, this is very important, friends. After examination is over, you need to analyze the paper. Everybody say, I'm analyzing, I'm analyzing. What do you mean by analyzing here? Let us out of 65 questions when you're writing in the examination, when you're practicing the aim gates or mock gates, you attempted only 45 questions, right? Remaining 20 questions you have not attempted. What you have to do is take these 20 questions as an exam again by giving 60 seconds or maybe one and a half minute. That means something like 20 minutes to 30 minutes. You take this 20 questions as an exam and look at the performance. Out of these 20 questions, let us say if you are getting 5 correct, that means these are the 5 questions which are easy in the examination and you have missed out. Sometime back I was telling, right? How do I get a feeling that I've done my best in exam? That feeling you will be getting it by doing this kind of practice. You need to keep practicing in such a way that, okay, even after giving another 20 minutes or 30 minutes, even after giving 20 minutes or 30 minutes, you will not be able to solve even a single question. Maybe one question here and there is okay, but not more than 3 or 4 questions. This is all you have to practice. Once you start practicing this, then you get a feeling I've done my best. Okay. And when you're analyzing the areas, identify your weak areas. That is where you're making mistakes. Is it a conceptual? When I'm saying mistake, it's a conceptual mistake I'm talking about. Okay. You have another 1.5 month time for examination, then you can work on this. Strong areas, keep revising regularly. Okay. And then identify the strong areas. Then you can get a feeling, okay, these are my strong areas, so that I need to revise. These are my weak areas, I need to put in more effort. That's what you need to use AIMGATE for analysis. Then, am I selecting the right question? This is what I'm saying now. How to identify this? By giving additional time. Okay. What are the reasons for making errors? 2 plus 2 into 3 is how much? 5. Correct? Is this a mistake? Am I reading the questions not carefully? Or am I making conceptual mistake, silly mistake, calculation mistake, not reading the questions carefully, or conceptual mistake? Conceptual mistake, you can put in time and then start working on it. Fine? Now, one question. If I start practicing gate today onwards, can you crack it? The answer is yes. You can crack even if you're practicing today. Why? Now understand. You have about 30 days for examination. I said 30. For some people, it may be 45 days also. So you have 30 to 45 days time. Every day starts working for 6 to 8 hours. Every day start working for 6 to 8 hours. If you ask me, ideally you should start putting in 8 hours of effort in this month. If you're putting 8 hours of effort, 30 days meaning you're having about 240 hours. If you have 40 days time, let us say, then you have 320 hours. So 240 hours if you're putting in effort, is that not sufficient? In these 240 hours, divide into 3 parts. Okay, I am going to study for nearly 120 hours on my core areas. And core areas, friends, you need not study all the areas. If you're starting your preparation now, Please look at the previous year paper. That's the reason. If you have doubts, you text me in WhatsApp. I'll give you which topics to concentrate on, depending upon your branch. Okay. Then 60 hours or 70 hours. Right now I'm doing 60 and 60 hours on aptitude and 60 hours on your engineering math. If the engineering math is my strong area, very strong area, then you can put this for 30 hours, increase this to some 70 hours, and increase this to something like 140 hours. If the aptitude I'm a king, I can solve any question in aptitude, then put this for 30 hours, distribute it. 60, 60, 120 is the general distribution what I gave. But friends, depending on the strength and weak, you can increase it. And whenever you're preparing it, just say one question. Don't ask a question. Can I get it? Wrong way. Can I get it is the wrong way of dealing it. I will get it. I can get it. That is how you have to do. That's what I'm saying. Believe in yourself. How to believe in yourself? Simple. Look at your performance in the engineering maths. Look at your performance in the engineering subjects. Look at the performance in the 10th class for aptitude. Simple. I mean, aptitude in the 10th class, you would have got 80-90%, right? In 10th class. And in engineering, I'm sure you would have got at least 70%. Already you have proved out what you can do. What more you want to prove? The difference is that the theory examination, there is a objective examination. For that, you need to practice. Okay? Both physical and mental health you need to maintain. So how to maintain this? In a day, you have 24 hours. What is the first important activity you have to do? Sleep. Sleep for 8 hours. Don't worry. 8 hours, time is there for you to sleep. Please sleep for 8 hours. If you want to sleep for 10 hours, please go ahead. But sleep. The more you give rest to your mind, to your brain, okay, the better it functions. Okay? Daily 2 hours for your daily course, brushing your teeth, combing your hair, eating food, all these things daily. Course 2 hours, sufficient? Yes. 10 hours over. How many hours are there? Oh, friends are important. Instagram is important. Instagram reels are important. YouTube reels are important. Give 2 hours for that, no issues. Still, how many hours are there? 12 hours. Friends are important in life, right? Spend 1-2 hours with them. Still, you have 10 hours, friends. What more is required? Out of 10 hours, study for 8 hours. Now, one question will be there. Sir, you're asking us to study for 10 hours, then when will I write my mock gate exam? You want to write a mock gate examination that particular day, or then use the time for friends and Instagram. Simple. Right? This 8 hours doesn't involve taking the mock gate exam. Clear? Good. Okay. And friends, for example, I'm not sure whether you're a time student or not a time student. If you're a time student, we are going to start the revision sessions, right? We are giving you 40 hours of revision sessions. Okay, every day 2 hours attend the sessions. So whatever you have studied till now, going forward till the date of examination, 40 hours every day revision session will be there for you. So you can revise the topics once. We are not going to cover in detail. As the name itself says, revision. We are going to revise the topics. You are going to take up the previous year questions, and then we are going to handle the important questions from the Gate 26 perspective. This is what we are going to do in the revision sessions. Now, some of the students might be thinking, "Arey, I'm not a time student, what shall I do?" Don't worry. For you also, you can also attend this session by a very, very minimal charge. Okay, we are charging out some 2,500 rupees. Okay, 2,500 is not a big amount, right? Okay, some 2,900 rupees something is there. A small amount we are charging. Okay, you can attend the sessions by enrolling for nearly 3,000 rupees. So every day you can attend the revision sessions. Okay, where we are going to take up some of the previous year questions, some of the important questions by revising the concepts. Okay, so you are revising and learning concepts here. We are going to take care of it. Okay, and this is very important. PYQ, previous year questions. Understand previous year questions. When I'm asking students, are you practicing? Yes, sir, we are practicing. How are you practicing? The way you have to practice here is topic wise you have to take. Identify topic, go to all the last 10 years papers, solve all 10 years questions of that particular topic in one go, in one sitting. You can't say that first question I'll do from one chapter, second question from second chapter, question number 3 from the sixth chapter. It will not work like this. All questions belonging to one chapter, please do at them a stretch. When we observed in the past, all India ranked students with less than 100 ranks, they have done previous year question at least 2 or 3 times. Okay, write your IMGAT regularly. There are a lot of tests on your student homepage. Please practice them. Any doubts, you can always approach me. My name is Arvind. This is my number. 98404 74546. I'll just repeat when YouTube is just coming up now. 98404 74546. Easy to remember. 9840 47 45 46. Fine. Now, what shall I do one day before exam? Nothing. Relax. Try to relax. Very easy to say, relax, but very difficult to implement. I do understand. We have also written these examinations. We also understand completely. So what I'm saying is, try to relax. Watch a movie. Don't watch emotional drama movies. Don't watch horror movies. Okay? Watch a nice cartoon movie like Mowgli, Lion King, Tom and Jerry, these things. Please don't eat outside food. Next day, your stomach can upset, the entire preparation goes for a toss. Okay? And have a good, proper sleep. And when you're sleeping, tell tomorrow is your day. You have worked hard. You are going to make it. You are going to crack it. You are going to ace it. That's what you think. And then sleep. And on the day of the examination, what should I do? I am telling, very easy to say, difficult to implement. But on the D-day, on the day of the examination, relax. Try to relax. Relaxing is very, very important. Be cool. You have been working hard. Trust your preparation. Don't have any doubts on the day of the examination. Go early. Don't go too early. I know some people at 9:30 examination, they're going at 7:30 and 8 o'clock and sitting there. What is it? 7:30, 8:30, if you're going and sitting, you'll get bored. Too much of waiting will be draining of your energy. And before you enter the examination, have some dates, dry food, laddu, and then go. You will have energized. You won't feel heavy. You don't feel hungry. You will be fit for that. Okay? And since you trust your preparation, believe in your preparation. Believe in yourself. I can do it. I will do it. If the paper is easy or difficult, it is going to be same for all. Meaning difficult will be definitely for all. Same, not for easy, not for all. You worked very hard, for you it is easy. You worked very hard and it is difficult for you, trust me, it is going to be difficult for everyone. Last important, please don't fight with anyone. Not with your sibling, not with your parents. And more importantly, if you're going on a public transport, don't fight with the Ola, Uber, Rapido, Red Taxi, whoever the guy is, don't fight with him. Don't keep on calling, where are you, Bhaiya? Where are you? Where are you? Come fast, come fast. Don't do it. If he's asking the extra money, give extra money and close it. Don't argue, don't fight with him, don't disturb yourself. Friends, good. Any doubts, any queries, you can put it now. And all the very best for the examination. Do well. I'm confident that you're going to do well. Fine. Any doubts? Any questions? I'm open here. I give you my number. Again, if anyone missed out in writing that number, I'll give my number once again. My name is Arvind. This is my number 9840474546. I am very active in WhatsApp. You can text me in WhatsApp. I'll be active. Rest assured, you'll get the answers within at the earliest. I won't even say 24 hours, you'll get the answer within 1 hour. Fine. Any question, any doubts, friends? If you have no doubts, you can leave the session. Thank you once again and all the very best. Do well.